Welcome to r/entitled people, where we share stories from your lives about people who think the rules don't apply to them, and they should get what they want. Thank you, friends, for subscribing to the channel, and for so many likes. And today we have two great stories, so subscribe, hit the like button, and let's begin. The first story. Guest was smoking in the room, was given one warning instead of being kicked out and didn't listen. Cops were requested to be on standby. They show up and we go to evict the guest. The second story. My SH bosses have been lying to me about my salary for 6 years. I quit and told others about it. They followed me. The first story is $50 billion industry and man worth 50K. Cast. Housekeeping. R. Registered guest. Me. Officer Odeon. Officer Taylor. Shit. Warrant guy. CG. Cheat girls. 300. All units. Let's take you all back to the day this occurred. This was a nice quiet afternoon. Valet were hanging out by their podium holding it up so that it would not fall apart. My front desk team and I were at the desk, just the usual routine that we all love to do, running reports and answering phones. When the static from the radio breaks the silence in the lobby, I then hear Gadget come in, obviously not my name. I notice two random guys in the parking lot shirtless walking and appear to be looking through cars. I grab the radio and give the good old 10-4. I walk to the front where my valet has been managing to keep the podium standing. And I tell my guys, hey, we need to go walk the parking lot. Was told there are two suspicious males walking the lot looking into cars. LC, Valet 1, looks at me and with joy says I'll get to the golf cart, and he gets the keys and proceeds to pull it up. As he approaches and I'm hopping on, my other valet says I'll hang out here. I just look at him like, okay, suit yourself. It's slow and nothing's happening. While we head to the back, look at the parking, my radio yet again. Housekeeping. Gadget, come in. M, go ahead. Housekeeping. The whole 7th floor smells like trees by Chanel. Illegal substances. M. 10-4, can you please deodorize the whole floor? Housekeeping. 10-4. Now, yes, I know what you guys may be thinking. Why would you do that? You'll be making it easy on them to get away. While that may be the case, sometimes this one was special. It was some strong illegal substances. Not only that, but by deodorizing the hallway, it would allow me to walk by doors and see if any different smells were coming from the rooms. Okay, so back to the story. About 10 minutes after the halls had been deodorized, I went upstairs with LC. I chose this approach because I always want a witness. Not only that, but in case things went south and needed to bob and weave, would be nice to know I have backup right there. As we're in the elevator, usual small talk on how some guests are straight out dumb. As the doors open, we are greeted with the aromatherapy of trees by Chanel. Illegal substances. We split up and walked 2 halls and concluded that at this moment it was only coming from one hall. So we proceed to walk the hall in hope of locating the room. While up on the floor, I call and ask front desk for a list of guests from the wing I'm on, so that we can see any vacant rooms and or just play the guessing game of what room it could be. So I get the list and go over it and notice some Suxpedia and scorching wire. Make my assumptions and pray that my gut feelings pays off. I pick a room to start knocking on. Knock, knock, knock. R. Yes. M. Front desk. R. I did not call. M. I know you did not call. R opens the door, confused as I finished my sentence. M gets hit with the marvelous smell. M. Well, ma'am, I came up here because I had gotten multiple complaints about the odor. Also, now as you open the door, I can rest assured that you're smoking and we do not permit that. Here's what I'm going to do normally, we charge you and evict you. However, today I'm just going to charge you and ask that you stop or take it outside in your car. I did not really want to deal with it that day. R. Oh yeah, okay, we're sorry, we will stop. 1 hour later, I get a call from a guest we just checked into the 7th floor. I did this on purpose so that I wouldn't have to go up and check if they stopped. My theory, if I do not hear from this guest, then I'm in the clear. I'm informed that it smells on the floor and I apologize and offer them a room move that they take. I go up and give them the keys, after which I head over to the same room that I had talked to previously. Knock, knock. M. Front desk. R. Give me a sec. Flushing starts and spraying. Opens the door and steps outside and closes door. M. Ma'am, I told you I was giving you one chance and well, I'm here now, so I'll have to be asking you to leave. R. Please let me stay. We're just hanging out and sorry that we did it again. For like 2 minutes, it was those two same sentences repeating. M. Well, you know what? Guy comes out of the room shirtless. You might be the guy that was in the parking lot. One big assumption. Shit. What do you want, man? M. Nothing, you just can't be smoking as I've told her previously. Shit. You're being a bee. R gets in between us to separate us. M. Look at shit. Alright man, have a good day. Just stop smoking. Now by this point, as I walk down the hall, I think to myself, you know what, I was gonna let it slide. But this man's attitude needs to get checked. So I've made my mind up to evict them. Troll face. As soon as I get down to the lobby, I head to the phone and call our good old neighborhood police. Hi, this is M, and I'm calling because I need an officer as I'm going to be evicting some guests. Dispatcher. If we send them, they cannot do anything as that's a civil issue. I know, I just like to have them on standby in case it goes sideways. So 10 minutes go by and Officer Taylor and Odeon show up. Officer, did you call? M. Yes, I did. I need you guys for an eviction. Odeon. Well, you know, we cannot do anything as that's a civil issue. M. Yes, I know. I just want you guys on standby in case something goes sideways. Odeon and Taylor. Okay, sounds good to me. We head upstairs and while in the elevator, they ask us what the deal is, why I'm evicting them. I explain that they're smoking and that they're costing us money as people are complaining. We get to the floor and walk down the hall, and as we approach the door, Odeon looks at me and says go ahead and knock. We'll be here on the side. We're just going to stay out of sight, you know, keeping us out of the picture to see how they act. Look at him and shrug my shoulders and say okay. Let the fun begin. Knock, knock, knock. M. Front desk. R opens the door halfway but is standing in between the room and hall. M. Before I can get a word out, Odeon pokes his head around the corner. Odeon. Hey, move away from the table. Is telling shit in the room. M. Aw, SH. Here we go. Odeon moves fast through me and moving R out of the way gets in the room, Zavala following close. Officers start trying to restrain him, but Shit locks his arms against his chest and won't budge. They're tussling in the room. Shit hits the wall with his body, Taylor hits the wall with his body. Then R jumps in trying to pry the Odeon off of Chit. Odeon looks at R and pushes her back with one arm saying to back off before she gets arrested. Cheetah girls are recording and yelling this is excessive force. I'm standing holding the door open when I hear the elevator ding. My thought, DAM guests are gonna see this. This is not good at all. To my surprise, I see an officer that yells, "Are my boys over there?" I say yes, and before I blink, there are 4 officers sprinting down the hall. As they got to the room, Odeon and Taylor pulled Shit out of the room and pinned him against the wall after they cuffed him and took him downstairs. Odeon locks in the room and R is still causing a scene, so he asked Taylor for his cuffs and cuffed her and sat her on the floor. CG. I have all this on camera, you guys using excessive force. Taylor. That's fine, so do we, but we could always use more evidence. R is still running her mouth. While all this is happening, I hear the elevator ding yet again, and I'm like, okay, it's quiet, should be fine. But I looked and it's 3 more officers and their sergeant. I was like, SH. They take R downstairs to sit in a car to cool off, but then inform CG that they can pick her up at the station. CG looks at them and says, you know, I deleted the videos, you guys were just doing your job. After, my dad has told me to respect authority as they don't mess with you unless you're doing something wrong. CG, my dad is a businessman and has a $5 billion industry and then leaves. Taylor looks at everyone there, puts pink to nostril, $5 billion industry. Odin said the only reason he went in was because he saw Chit wipe a white powder off the table when he saw them. Sarg asked everyone if they were okay because they were notified via one of their transponders that they need 300. Turned out that during the tussle, Odeon's transponder was activated without knowing. After that, everyone left and I returned to my duties only to have to do an incident report for this whole show. The second story is my experience at a Fortune 500. For starters, don't smash me because I'm in a higher income professional field. I'm trying to show this SH happens everywhere, and I relate far more to blue-collar people than management Ps. So I started working at this company in the fall of 2016. I was going to be hired as a senior network engineer, and I had over 20 years experience. They liked me and said they could hire me as a contractor or I could go permanent, but only as a network engineer with a slight pay cut. But add in benefits and bonuses and it was worth it. They tell me after my annual that they'll promote me. Okay, cool. 2017 ends and I get my first full year review. 3% merit raise after a positive review. I ask about the promotion. They say, oh, they do those mid-year. Mid-year hits. Nada. Not in the budget. Bear in mind, this company posts 500 to 600 million quarterly profits. I get told by my boss, who's in his 60s, that he wants to retire soon, and nobody else on the team is interested in trying management but me, so they want to groom me for it. Okay, I like money. So this is 2018. In December, the VP pulls me aside and says they want to make a new security team, and want me on it, as I have extensive security experience, and that's largely my role now, but I'll have a new boss. I ask about that and they say this new team will expand, and I could take a management role over there as it grows. I tell them okay, but security pays a lot more than network, and I would want a 20% raise to cover not only my long-promised promotion, but the move to security. They agree, in email and in person. January 2019 hits and I'm told they want me to move to security, but they can't change my title or pay till July, but they will back pay me. Okay. July hits and I'm told there's a problem, they can only give me a 10% raise. I'm angry. It then takes until September for the promotion to Senior Network Security Engineer, and they only back pay me until July 1st. What the holy F? They promised to fix it in January. What they do is tell me they'll put me on call permanently, and we get some extra pay for that. Now during this time, one person from the network team is out on medical leave the whole year and I'm doing 2 jobs. I not only single-handedly rebuild the corporate data center, but I also deploy a brand new enterprise-wide content filtering, endpoint protection, and VPN architecture single-handedly globally for 8,000 users. 2020 annual review comes and I get top marks and a 3% raise. Meanwhile, my boss, who is non-technical, gets a corporate award and trip for my work. I do not get my pay adjustment. At this time, we lose another person from the network team, and they tell me they're moving me back there full-time. Okay. They take away the on-call affected, giving me a pay cut in a year. I did 2 jobs and earned top marks, and my project earned company recognition. They say to make up for it, they will give me stock grants going forward, making up the difference. I ask, is this a 1-year thing or ongoing? They promise it's ongoing. March comes and my old boss takes early retirement. I ask about paying for the job and they say no. They want someone with management experience, which I have just not recently. So they hire someone externally who has 0 experience, haha. I start actively complaining about the pay issue and sharing compensation info with everyone I talk to. Again, a solid year. Built 2 new data centers. 2021 rolls around and in the review, despite getting 106% of my goals, I get an average review. And they cut my stock grants, giving me 2 years in a row, despite meeting all my goals, getting a net pay cut. I tell them they have until July to fix this. I'm done with this crap. They start putting me on every SH task and micromanaging me to hell. July comes, they don't fix it. I tell them I'll be looking for a new role. I then get an official HR discipline letter saying that over 8 months I was slightly rude in an email, and that I was late on 4 tickets in 8 months. I close 10 to 20 a week. I file my own complaint that this is retaliation, which goes nowhere. I ask for a meeting in HR to go through the ticket closure rates for the team and tell me if I'm out of line. They refuse. I send them a screencast of the ticket queue showing the other people on my time all have more than 4 late tickets currently. They don't care. I say that for years I've been told HR didn't approve my raises. They tell me HR isn't involved in that it's handled by the VP and CTO. So I've been lied to since 2016 to my face. HR doesn't seem happy about this. I apply for jobs and I move to a new company. I got literally a $51,000 raise. That's how hardcore they were underpaying people. I tell everyone about it. So far, 2 others have quit and 3 others are looking. Again, I'm very fortunate to be in the field I'm in. I'm sharing to let people know it doesn't matter if it's McDonald's or a Fortune 500 professional company. Companies F people over every chance they can. We need much more solidarity between professional workers and blue-collar workers. We're all getting F'd here. Our enemy is the management class, not each other. Hit the like button to support the channel and subscribe. Have a good day.